It's time for Oklahoma Sports Scene. From the new Wee Street Ice Center, Tulsa area's premier entertainment and dining complex, 140,000 square feet, including 2 regulation NHL ice rinks, featuring one of the area's largest sports bars, Pucks. And hello again, everyone. I'm Chris Lincoln. Take a look at this week's show lineup. Start with a preview of the 106th PGA Championship, second of golf's 4 major events. We'll talk to Tracy Phillips, PGA teaching pro here at Cedar Ridge Country Club in Tulsa. He made the field through a qualifier. OU has a big charity golf event coming up in June. Don Stout talks about that with the OU Club of Tulsa. Tulsa Drillers. Brian Carroll will be here to talk Drillers baseball and show you might be the world's biggest hot dog. Got to see this one at One Oak Field. Something to see. And we'll have the forward of the FC Tulsa, Stefan Stojanovic, number 19, will be here to talk soccer with us. And we'll have Dale Day, of course, with his Remington race report. First, let's take a look at the Tulsa World Hot Topics. Oklahoma's softball team won its 9th Big 12 Tournament Championship this past Saturday night with a dominant 5-1 victory over top-ranked Texas. The Sooners, 3-time defending national champions with a 49-6 record, were awarded Sunday night with the number 2 overall national seed in the upcoming NCAA tournament. That begins on May 16th through the 19th of regional play. OU opens at home this Friday, May 17th, against the Horizon League champion Cleveland State, 7 p.m. on ESPNU. This, by the way, is the Sooners' 30th straight NCAA tournament. Also in the Norman Regional are Boston University and the Oregon Ducks. The Oklahoma State Cowgirls got the number 5 overall national seed and a host of the Stillwater Regional. They open against Northern Colorado this Friday on ESPN Plus at 4:30. Also in the Stillwater Regional are Kentucky and Michigan. Let's take a look now at the NCAA brackets to get to the College World Series in Oklahoma City. It starts with these regionals, that's double elimination. Then May 24th to 26th, which is 16 teams playing in the Super Regionals with the best 2 out of 3 series. Then May 30th through June 7th, the 8 remaining teams make it to the College World Series in Oklahoma City. Let's take a look now at the 8 top national seeds. Texas got the number 1 seed, OU number 2, followed by Tennessee and Florida. Oklahoma State, the Cowgirls, number 5, then UCLA, Missouri, and Stanford. And full screen, take a look at the softball teams by conference. Most in the league, SEC had 13 qualify this year. The Pac-12 had 7. The Big 12 had 5. That's Texas, OU, OSU, Baylor, and Central Florida. And the OU baseball team clinched its first ever Big 12 baseball championship with a sweep of Baylor this past weekend in Norman. OU now prepares for the Big 12 tournament at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. They'll be the number 1 seed. It was just 25 days after Oklahoma State's legendary wrestling coach John Smith retired that the Cowboys introduced David Taylor as the program's 8th head coach. Former Penn State wrestler, 4-time world champion, Taylor laid down his plans for his wrestling program already has 34 national titles.
We want people to come to Oklahoma State because they want to come to Oklahoma State. You want to wrestle at Oklahoma State. You want to win national championships at Oklahoma State. We want team championships at Oklahoma State. And we want to stay. You want world and Olympic gold medals at Oklahoma State. And I think that's what makes this place special.
The University of Tulsa men's and women's tennis teams swept the NIT National Championships in Bradenton, Florida last week. The number 1 ranked TU men defeated second-ranked Pacific 4-1, while the Golden Hurricane women ranked 3rd upset top-seeded Colorado 4-2. Congratulations to TU's veteran tennis coach Vince Westbrook in his 33rd year. And a week from this Saturday, May 18th, it's the second jewel of Thoroughbred Racing's Triple Crown, the 149th Preakness Stakes at Pimlico Racecourse in Baltimore, Maryland. Earlier this week, trainer Kenny McPeak was on our show last week, confirmed that his Kentucky Derby winner, Mr. Dan, will be in the field. We'll preview the Preakness next week with NBC's Randy Moss. Former Sooners Hall of Fame football coach Bob Stoops got his 200th career coaching victory when the UFL Arlington Renegades beat Memphis 47-30-23 last Saturday. And Tulsa's indoor professional football league team, the Oilers, fell at Green Bay last Saturday night, 42-22 in the team's first meeting. The Oilers scored first when Trey Harvey recovered quarterback Daniel Smith's fumble in the end zone. The Blizzards came back to build a 20-10 halftime lead. Smith had a 24-yard touchdown pass and a 3-yard touchdown run at the start of the fourth quarter, but it wasn't enough. They lost 42-22. They'll be on the road again next week, playing in Massachusetts on the 24th. Finally back home. The game will be on Saturday, June the 1st, against the San Diego Strike. First 1,000 fans get Oilers t-shirts. PGA Championship number 106. We'll preview it next. We'll talk to Tulsa's own Tracy Phillips, who's in the field. Stay with us.
Our story. It lives in Tulsa. where the spirit of the past lives alongside us and urges us on toward a vibrant future. Because our story is still being written. It's the story of Tulsa, told by the journalists who live it and love it. Whether it's covering our rich history, bringing you the hidden gems of the food scene, or following the action in local sports. And here, in the Tulsa world, is where it comes to life.
As the sun rises over eastern Oklahoma, we are devoted to one thing: improving the health of our communities, our home. We are your friends, your neighbors. We are the people of St. Francis.
The Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame, home of the Paycom Jim Thorpe Award, is a treasure trove of memorabilia honoring Oklahoma sports legends. For museum hours or to schedule a tour, go to oklahomasportshalloffame.org.
The 2024 Remington Park Spring Quarter Horse season continues at Remington Park. The top horses in quarter horse racing are featured on Champions Night at Remington Park. Saturday, June 1st, is also the final night of the spring season with 7 Grade 1 stakes events led by the $1 Million Heritage Place Futurity. Thursday through Sunday, first race at 6 p.m. and Sundays at 4 p.m. Champions Night racing on June 1st will begin at 5 p.m. The best racing, simulcast racing, and jackpot casino action is all at Remington Park.
It's time to cheer on your Tulsa Drillers. It's Hornsby time. It's Tulsa time in the heart of the city. It's time to fire it up.
It's a giant week for golf. This Thursday through Sunday, that's the 16th of May to the 19th, it's the 106th PGA Championship, the Valhalla Golf Course in Louisville, Kentucky. The first $17.5 million, this is of course the second of golf's Big Four. Field 156 was set this past Sunday with the additions of 2 golfers. One, Rory McIlroy, popular star from Ireland. Boy, would he do a job in the Wells Fargo Classic at Quail Hollow in Charlotte, North Carolina. He won by 5 shots with a 17 under total. His first place check, $3.6 million. The 4th time the Irishman, by the way, has won the Wells Fargo, who's one of the favorites for this week's PGA. And getting the final spot in the field, former OU golf star Chris Gonerup, the 2022 NCAA Golfer of the Year. He won the Myrtle Beach Classic, first time that's been held, and he won it by 6 strokes. Also in the field are 20 club professionals, including Tulsa's Cedar Ridge Director of Golf, Tracy Phillips. Before he left for Louisville, we had a chance to talk with Tracy from his office at Cedar Ridge. Congratulated him on a great accomplishment to make the PGA field.
Yeah, Chris, it's pretty, got to pinch myself. It's a pretty incredible that guy, 61 years old, can go down and play a pretty long golf course down in Frisco and be able to finish, I guess, tied for 8th and get the nod to go play in the PGA at Valhalla. So I'm truly blessed. The Lord has really blessed me to be able to go out there and one, have the patience to quit the game for 20 years and then come back and play pretty well.
I was going to ask you about that. You have such a storied early career. Of course, you're a great golfer at Oklahoma State University. And take us through some of your earlier accomplishments in golf before you decided to take a break.
Yeah, I was very fortunate. Dad, of course, I grew up here at Cedar Ridge Country Club. Dad worked his tail off to kind of provide a chance for me to go play national tournaments. And, I was fortunate to have a scholarship there at Oklahoma State and had a good junior career. And when you're 15, 16 years old, and I guess I was ranked number 1 in the country when I was 16 and then also 17, that you knew you were going to play the PGA Tour. And unfortunately, I had a back injury that herniated a disc. And then I chose to build a golf swing around the golf machine, which was not in my best interest. I developed basically the driver yips, and that put me, I just didn't enjoy the game anymore. So I put them down for 20 years.
Wow. Well, I saw you were, of course, a junior champion in 1980, won the Junior PGA Championship, 4-time AJGA All-American, second team All-American with Oklahoma State. And, of course, I know that it had to be tough to give up that game. And how did you decide, I'm going to get back into this?
Well, a funny story. Vince Bizik, a good friend of mine, I played against him in a match when I was, I think, 15 years old, and Vince had just come off the tour. And we played a match down in Muskogee, and we'd stayed in touch. And he called me up around 2008 and said, "Hey, why don't you just come out and start playing some Monday rounds with the guys?" And so that's how it kind of all started. Started to gain some confidence around my game, playing with those guys, and then started playing in some section events, and then built up some confidence and being able to play some pretty good tournaments there in the early 2011 through 13 or 14, and actually qualified for the senior PGA championship. Played two times there, and really just in the last probably probably the last 5 years, I started working with a guy named Billy Ray Young. As he doesn't really call himself a sports psychologist here in town, but he is that. I mean, he helped me a tremendous amount, kind of regain my 15, 16-year-old mentality. Kind of the how good I was back then, kind of helped me understand I could do it again. And so that's what's been really helpful for me to gain some confidence in who I was and how I could play. And it's just been a conglomerate of a lot of people and support. My wife Susie and my daughter Sam, and obviously my mom and dad from upstairs, certainly looking down, helping me with the nerves out there when I'm on the golf course. And the guys from Executive Homes, I got a phone call back in COVID, and the guys wanted me to start working with them at the Executive Homes, and that's kind of when I fell back into love of the game and playing. And all the members at Sea Ridge Country Club. I mean, it's just, like I said, it's been a true blessing.
Well, you mentioned your father, a great friend of mine, Buddy, was 40 years head professional at the Cedar Ridge Country Club, and such a main influence on golf in this state and certainly for you.
Right. Yeah, Dad was certainly the backbone of certainly my golf and of Cedar Ridge Country Club. I mean, he loved this place. Spent, obviously I'd come out in the summertime, help him kind of open up shop and close down shop. That's just kind of how he was. He spent many hours out here and working with Mike Wooten and Cleve Stubblefield, general manager out here at the time. And just, he loved this place. And that's certainly kind of helped me understand how, his work ethic, and then kind of helped influence my work ethic as well.
Well, Tracy, by qualifying for the PGA, you also in that qualified for the PGA Senior coming up another week, May 23rd through 26th up at Harbor Shores in Michigan. And going to be excited about that because last time in a PGA Senior event, I remember that, Ron, you're tied up to 7th place in that event.
Yes, I had a very good week and that was a special week for sure. I think it was 2022 that I had good friends of mine, Pat Tubach on the bag and Rick Reed on the bag. They alternated days because they couldn't work. One of them couldn't work all 4 days. So I was fortunate to have both those guys on the bag for me. And what a treat it was to play with the Ernie Els the last 2 rounds of that championship, and to end up finishing tied for 17th. And I guess the famous parking lot shot, the up and down on the 7th hole, it was pretty crazy in itself. But yeah, that was certainly a dream week for sure. And again, that's where I really felt Dad's presence over those last 2 rounds.
Well, this is the 106th PGA Championship, golf's second of the 4 majors. A little purse of $17.5 million there. And one actually about the field, talk about Bruce Koepka, is the defending champion. He's just coming off a LIV golf win in Singapore. He's the leading golfer in LIV. He's now won 4 tournaments there, and he's though listed as a 16-1 odds of people. Koepka's got the game going now, it sounds like.
Yes, he does. Now, obviously, from a mental standpoint, he's one of the toughest guys we know in majors championships. Quite the record he has in the short amount of time that he's played in those majors. So he would certainly be someone to contend with. And Rory's probably another one that's going to be awfully maybe good there, coming off of, he's had a great experience there, past champion there at Valhalla. So he's got some good memories, some things to kind of build upon. I myself, I was talking with the guys, Xavier Holmes, the other day, Connor, and he said, you're going to be playing with guys that weren't even born when you actually won the PGA National Junior Championship. And so thinking about that, a majority of those guys, weren't born when I played. So that's how old I am and how young the game and the guys that will be playing in this tournament will be.
Well, the odds are out. Scotty Scheffler, number 1 ranked player in the world, is the 4-1 favorite. John Rahm is 9-1. Roy McIlroy, you mentioned, is listed at 10-1. And Ludwig, kind of a newcomer on the scene, young kid at 16-1. That's the odds to the top guys in the championship field. They didn't give me odds yet, but we'll call you even money for us.
Okay, I appreciate it, Chris.
Well, what do you expect at that course up there? It's down in Louisville, Kentucky. Valhalla, very famous course, hosted a Ryder Cup, of course, and I think this is their 4th championship.
Right. I expect it's going to be a very big walk for me, a very long golf course. I think I saw where they're going to play probably somewhere around 7,600 yards. So I'll be pulling a bunch of head covers off. Won't be hitting very many irons into some of those greens. I was listening to Kerry Haig, who basically kind of sets the tees and sets the tournament up. And he was saying that they added several tee boxes. I think there's one par 3 that's 255 yards. So that's probably going to be a little cut driver for me into that hole. So, I'm looking forward to it. I know it's going to be like I said, a big walk, a long golf course, and I'll be hitting a lot of woods into it, but I'm going to soak it up and I'm going to enjoy it for sure.
Tracy, it's amazing the growth of golf. It just makes a great resurgence all of a sudden. Of course, thanks to Tiger Woods earlier on, but now these purses are just unbelievable. A lot of people are really getting into this game.
You're right, Chris. I mean, obviously with Tiger, basically he's the one that moves the needle. He's the one that obviously got these purses to be so high. Obviously with the position that Liv kind of came on board a couple years ago, that certainly influenced the PGA Tour to kind of do some things where we're having these elevated events. And unfortunately, the game itself is a little bit broken in terms of, I think the average fan doesn't want to hear about all the money the guys are making. They just want people to go out there and play golf and let the clubs do the talking. I think that's why, Scotty Scheffler, I like him a bunch. It doesn't seem like he cares about the money. He just wants to go out there and win championships and play well. And gosh, what a great person he is. And so I think, again, I think if we can just kind of all put aside the money and just go out and play and put on a good show, that'll be the best thing that we could do.
The PGA Championship. This will be the 106th edition of the championship. It is May 16th and 19th at Valhalla Country Club in Louisville, Kentucky. It's back-to-back pretty big weeks for Louisville after the Kentucky Derby. They got to contend now with Tracy Phillips. And it's not just Tracy Phillips. I know Buddy's going to be with in that bag, too. So I wish you all the best, Tracy. You're our odds-on favorite from Tulsa. You're our guy we'll be supporting there. So all the best, you. Talk to us when you get back with that trophy.
Chris, thank you very much. I really appreciate you having me on. And certainly, you take care. Thank you.
We'll be back with more Oklahoma Sports Scene after this break.
It's time. Time to get back to the basics. Time to meet up with family and friends. Time to play ball. It's time to cheer on your Tulsa Drillers. It's Hornsby time. It's Tulsa time in the heart of the city. It's time to fire it up.
Founded in 1960, Ed Bashira's Formal Wear and Fine Clothing has been dressing gentlemen for over half a century. We are family owned and operated, offering premium brand tuxedos and accessories in our Tulsa store on South Harvard. Bashira's also does made-to-measure suits, sports coats, dress shirts, and slacks, and a top line of sportswear. We do tailoring on site to assure the perfect fit so you will look your very best for that special occasion. Ed Bashira's Formal Wear and Fine Clothing, an Oklahoma tradition.
Are you ready for some hard-hitting indoor football action with the Tulsa Oilers? Saturday night, June 1st, 7:05 at the BOK Center is Military Night. Let's rally behind the team as they take on the San Diego Strike Force. The first 1,000 fans get a Tulsa Oilers t-shirt. That's right, a Tulsa Oilers t-shirt. Don't miss the action. Tickets are on sale now at TulsaOilersFootball.com. That's TulsaOilersFootball.com. Experience the fast-paced, helmet-hitting, pad-popping excitement of Tulsa Oilers indoor football.
The Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame, home of the Paycom Jim Thorpe Award, is a treasure trove of memorabilia honoring Oklahoma sports legends. For museum hours or to schedule a tour, go to oklahomasportshalloffame.org.
We're back on Oklahoma Sports here at the Wee Ice Center. Poor Don Stout's about to freeze to death up here. Our temperature up here above this big ice sheet is about 59 degrees, thermostat says, so we'll make it quick. Let's warm you up with some thoughts about golf. And June, of course, is a great charity golf month. And no bigger, no better charity to help out than the 20th edition of the OU Club of Tulsa's Scholarship Tournament. And Don Stout's been part of this OU Club of Tulsa since I came to Tulsa back in the 70s, I guess, right, Don?
Yeah.
Been a big Sooner supporter. Tell us the idea behind this and what you've been able to provide students at OU.
Well, the golf tournament was started by one of our presidents 20 years ago, and he kind of put it all together himself. It was very successful and has been successful until COVID hit.
Right, yeah.
And then when COVID hit, we went to a very innovative thing called a virtual golf tournament where you could play anywhere on any course, send your score in, and there's a company that compares the difficulty of the courses and would decide 1, 2, or 3 who the winning team was. However, it was not well picked up by golfers. But the nice thing about it is you didn't have to be there on a Monday during a work day. Yeah. You could go anytime, anywhere. But anyhow, it has been very successful. Last year was our first year back as an in-person tournament, and one of our best as far as raising funds. The idea and the whole mission of the OU Club of Tulsa is to raise money for scholarships for incoming students to OU from northeast Oklahoma. And we currently have 10 scholarships that we fund, and 7 of them are for freshmen incoming, and 3 of them are for upperclassmen.
These aren't athletic scholarships, right?
No.
Okay,
these are academic scholarships. Okay. And that's really the mission of most of the OU alumni clubs. Yeah. Of course, we are not exclusive to alumni. We have any friends or supporters of OU are welcome to be members of our club.
Well, let's talk about the big event coming up. The date again is June the 24th, Meadowbrook Country Club. And Don, tell us how people can get involved and what is involved when you get out there and play around the golf. What are you providing everybody?
Well, first of all, it's on that Monday, the 24th, and it begins at 7 o'clock with registration and range, hitting balls on the range. Then at 8 o'clock, there's a shotgun start to begin the tournament. Teams 1, 2, and 3 are prize winners, and there's also prizes for longest drive and the closest to the pin. People can sign up through our website, which is OUClubOfTulsa.com. OU Club of Tulsa is one word. And actually, it's best to put in www.OUClubOfTulsa.com. And that takes you to our homepage. If you scroll down, you will see the golf information and ability to sign up either as a player or as a sponsor. And we have a number of nice sponsorships that we would love if anyone's interested in helping support us through sponsorships as well as.
And there's many different levels. You can be an individual or get a team together or support it. And also, of course, they get some of the OU celebrities that can get involved, right, and pair them with some of those players too, right?
Right. Well, as far as teams, you can sign up as an individual, and it's $150. A team of 4 is $600, and what we call the Boomer package, which is a team of 4 plus a celebrity, is $800. And of course, a portion of that, of course, pays for the golf, but there's a a fairly good amount that's deductible through the foundation.
What's great about this is the amount of money you've been raising over the years. How much money have you raised in scholarship money for OU students?
I didn't look that up, to be truthful with you. Of course, we've had a lot of different events over the years, but as far as the total number, I don't really know.
Gotta be impressive, though.
We have our endowed scholarships.
Now, what's the cost? What's an endowed scholarship? How much does that work?
Through the foundation, if the least endowed is $30,000, if we put in $30,000 of capital, then that is endowed, and we're guaranteed a certain percentage. And then as we get more money, we can add into the endowment. And so, of the endowed scholarships, all of them are endowed. So that would be 10 at 30 would be 300,000, and there's three of them that are 40,000.
Yeah.
So it would be probably 330,000 or 40,000
well,
endowment.
you can help too. Be part of this 20th anniversary of the OU Club of Tulsa's Boomer Sooner Invitational here, and look forward to that. And also, the OU Club of Tulsa does some great events. Always fun with you guys before the big Texas game, before the season starts.
We have
James Hill coming up, right, to start the season?
James Hill comes for the Beat Texas. No, he comes for the kickoff, which is a week or so before the first game. And then we have the Beat Texas Bash, which is a week before the Texas game. And Hill comes up for the kickoff, and Chris Plank is coming up for
Well, give us that website again, how people can get involved with the club and also the tournament. Yeah.
www.oucluboftulsa, all one word, .com. And for information, we also have a email address, golf@oucluboftulsa.com. And if you have any questions, you certainly can get information there.
Don Stout, as always, my friend, great to be with you. Look forward to the tournament. Be out there with you.
All right.
Yeah. And of
Hope
course,
to see everybody.
Boomer
Sooner.
There you go. Come right back with Tulsa Drills Baseball. Brian Carroll here. Will you see the size of the hot dogs they're serving now at One Oak Field? Be a challenge for you.
Indoor football is back, Tulsa, and season tickets are going quick. Don't miss Saturday night entertainment starting as low as $9 a month. The Tulsa Oilers indoor football team kicks off again in March, Saturday nights, 7 p.m. BOK Center. Season tickets are on sale now. Go to TulsaOilersFootball.com. That's TulsaOilersFootball.com. Get your season tickets now. Don't miss your chance to experience the fast-paced, helmet-hitting, pad-popping excitement of professional indoor football. TulsaOilersFootball.com.
Around the clock, throughout eastern Oklahoma, we are devoted to one thing: improving the health of our communities, our home. We are your friends, your neighbors. We are the people of St. Francis. Our story, it lives in Tulsa, where the spirit of the past lives alongside us and urges us on toward a vibrant future. Because our story is still being written. It's the story of Tulsa, told by the journalists who live it and love it. Whether it's covering our rich history, bringing you the hidden gems of the food scene, or following the action in local sports. And here, in the Tulsa world, is where it comes to life.
Our Tulsa Drillers are back home at One Oak Field, hosting Wichita, going on Tuesday all the way through Sunday the 19th. And to give us a preview, here's the man from the Drillers, our Vice President, Brian Carroll. Brian, a lot of promotions always get the fans excited here for Tulsa baseball.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of things going on, and number one, we got Wichita coming to town, so it's the renewal of the Propeller Series, and we've been doing that. This is the 4th year now, and it's really developed into a good rivalry between the two teams. They're a Twins affiliate, and both teams have been very comparable over the last few years, so it adds a little extra spice to the games. And you know, the first year we did it, it came down to the very last game of the year, and you know, the presentation of the propeller. So two cities located close together, and that adds a little bit to it. And you know, that's on the field, but off the field we got a lot of stuff going on as well.
Hopefully both of these teams going, of course. So Tulsa just finished a series out of Midland, Texas, 2-4. They said all kinds of weather there. It's a crazy place to play baseball.
It's a tough trip. Fortunately, our guys only go down there once a year, we went early this year. And you know, you go to West Texas, middle of the summer, it's 110 degrees, and the ball's jumping out of the stadium. But Saturday night we play there, the wind chill's in the 50s, and then turn around and play Sunday, and it's 90 degrees. So you know, it's a little bit of a different atmosphere. But our guys got a couple of wins. Would have liked to add 1 or 2 more, but you know, we're okay. We're not playing bad baseball. We just got to get a few more wins.
So the fans come up with the games Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Let's talk about the promotions now. You always have great promotions going on.
Yeah, we do. I mean, Thursdays, it's one of my favorite nights of the week. It's we call it Triple Play Thursday. Basically 3 promotions going on. Number 1 is $3 beer night, and that's always popular with the fans. But also on this Thursday, we've got a Driller's golf hat giveaway. Real nice hat that just perfect as the golf season is just starting to hit its prime area. And then last, new this year, we've got the King Cabbage Brass Band that performs every Thursday, and those people, they're unbelievable with what they bring, and they go around the stadium playing and kind of a New Orleans Cajun type sound to it, so that adds to the night as well.
And the weekend, lots of fireworks.
Lots of fireworks this weekend coming up. Of course, Fridays, always Friday night fireworks.
Right.
We'll have that, but this time it's kind of a doubleheader of fireworks because we'll turn around and do it again on Saturday as well. I mean, it's you know, it's a big promotion for us, and it makes for a full night of activities if you come out to the ballpark. You got baseball, then you got post-game fireworks.
You know, one of the things that fans really enjoy are the concessions at the ballpark, and you guys do a great job, high quality, and lots of fun. And tell us about the big article in the paper about this classic. What is this? The
Boomtown Dog.
Boomtown Dog.
Yeah.
What's a Boomtown Dog? Tell us about this thing.
I tell you what, it's something else. Unlike anything you've seen. James and Jimmy, they had a fun time with that. But the Boomtown Dog is a 24-inch, full-pound hot dog. And we don't stop there. I think James described it. It's in a loaf of bread, and I think that's a good way to put it. It's got chili, cheese,
pounded
onions.
Chili, pounded cheese, large onion, and put at an angle in a 12 by 24 cardboard tray because you fill it about 2 inches deep with 3 pounds of thick cut
3
fries.
pounds. It looks like a McDonald's fryer full of French fries to go with it. And for $32, I mean, it's been popular.
Yeah.
You know, I think some guys have tried to take it on themselves, but it's something you share with your family, friends, whatever. But it's really unique, and if you come out to the ballpark, look for someone carrying this large tray, and that's the Boomtown Dog. But Chris Bullis, Amanda Coe, they oversee our food and beverage operation, and that was an idea they had. You know, they always try to introduce new things each year, a little bit unique to the ballpark, unique to Tulsa, and that's one of them. And it's been really well received, and people have had fun with it, and I know they've had fun preparing it and offering it.
Well, your fans get out and try that, and you're going to enjoy that for sure. Also, beer nights, always special. You have a little beer, a little thing that gets.
Yeah, that's it with Saturday. We've got that going on Saturday as well. Beer Fest. You come out, you can do a ticket upgrade, $20 to your ticket. Anybody who's got a ticket can do it, could come out before the game, and a lot of local brewers will be on site on the third base concourse, kind of our backyard area, and you can go around and sample all of their different products that they offer in the shot style glass. And you do that before the game, and just adds to the night as well. We've done a few of them over the years, and it's popular. We get a lot of people out for it.
You know, Brian, so many entertainment venues. I think the Tulsa started last year. It's now a cash-free facility, right?
Yep, we are cash-free. We did that. You know, we were kind of not forced into it, but sent that way with COVID, and it's been well received. It's just easier for us for sure, and it makes service faster, speedier. You're not in the line making change,
right,
and it's just quick swipe and you're on your way. So it's helped with our service without a doubt.
All right, let's take us down on the field for Scott Hennessy's group there, and they're starting to get above that 500 mark. They're not playing bad ball, but just haven't really gone on a run yet, have they?
Yeah, it's we've gone in cycles. Guys will get hot for a week, and somebody else will cool off,
yeah.
And pitching has been up and down. We started the year, our bullpen was the best in the league. And then the last homestand, it regressed a little bit, struggled in Midland. So we just haven't put all of the pieces together yet. The talent's there. We're not playing bad baseball.
Yeah.
It can be a fine line between winning and losing sometimes, and especially on the road. But we're coming home for 6 games. Again, a big series with Wichita that I think both teams look forward to. We've had a couple of changes with our roster. So I think we're fine. Springfield got off to a great start, so we've all been kind of chasing them, but they've come back to earth now a little bit as well. So it's all there. There's a lot of baseball left, even in the first half, and certainly over the year. We got over 100 games left. So
wow.
Things are trending in the right direction, and Scott does a wonderful job.
Yeah.
He's so positive, and I've said it before. He makes it enjoyable for the guys to come to the ballpark. Yeah. And that's, over a 138 game season. That's so important. Keep them focused, keep them positive, and he will do that. And, I think we're going the right direction.
And I know all these players appreciate the fact that Scott does, and all the fans too, having a parent club like the LA Dodgers. You can't get much better than that.
No, we can't. We are so fortunate, and they're just a tremendous organization, and they're playing some good baseball right now.
Boy.
They dropped a couple in San Diego, but I don't know if you saw, Chris, or some of the people saw the amount of Dodger fans that were in San Diego. I know it's disheartening for Padres people, but the crowd that they took to San Diego and in watching parts of those games, that atmosphere was incredible. And the Padres-Dodgers have turned into one of the best rivalries in baseball right now. Both teams really go at it. And Ohtani having a little bit of a back issue. I don't think it's anything serious, but the Dodgers are in a good place right now.
Series of the 19th of Wichita. All the big promotions coming up there. What else do you have to show us?
We're gonna finish it off Sunday afternoon.
Oh, right.
The finale on Sunday. This is a great item here.
Oh, wow.
Fans of all ages. This is
real LA Dodger look, isn't it?
Yep, very much an LA Dodger. This is our home uniform look. This is James Outman's number 45 when he played with us, and got his name and number on the back. And this is it's a pullover jersey, but this is a really nice item, and fans will want to add this to their collection. Great to wear to the ballpark this summer, and just a super first-class item. Our promotions people, they do a great job with these promotions and finding new items, and this definitely a keepsake people will want to add.
Well, after the Wichita series winds up on Sunday, we have a day break and then head to Springfield. Meet the big North Division leader, a big series there.
Yeah, big series, and Cardinals will always put together a talented team, and another close rival for us. So there's no easy weeks in our division. Everybody's very similar, and it makes for a tough day-to-day grind. But I think our guys will be ready for it.
And the week following, we come back home, Northwest Arkansas. And not on Monday off because it's Memorial Day, another holiday for us.
Memorial Day. Major League Baseball allows us to start a day early, and we'll have a big Memorial Day game with fireworks afterwards. So good way to end that long holiday weekend starting that series.
Brian, thanks for coming out, buddy. Get to the ballpark and maybe share one of these dogs.
Yeah, it's the best way to do it. Share that thing.
Bring some friends.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Looking right back with FC Tulsa Soccer happening right after the break here. Hold on.
The Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame, home of the Paycom Jim Thorpe Award, is a treasure trove of memorabilia honoring Oklahoma sports legends. For museum hours or to schedule a tour, go to oklahomasportshalloffame.org.
As the sun rises over eastern Oklahoma, we are devoted to one thing: improving the health of our communities, our home. We are your friends, your neighbors. We are the people of St. Francis.
Founded in 1960, Ed Bashira's Formal Wear and Fine Clothing has been dressing gentlemen for over half a century. We are family owned and operated, offering premium brand tuxedos and accessories in our Tulsa store on South Harvard. Bashira's also does made-to-measure suits, sports coats, dress shirts and slacks, and a top line of sportswear. We do tailoring on site to assure the perfect fit so you will look your very best for that special occasion. Ed Bashira's Formal Wear and Fine Clothing, an Oklahoma tradition.
It's time. Time to get back to the basics. Time to meet up with family and friends. Time to play ball. It's time to cheer on your Tulsa Drillers. It's Hornsby time. It's Tulsa time in the heart of the city. It's time to fire it up.
Welcome back to Oklahoma Sportscene. And joining us now is the forward of the FC Tulsa Soccer Squad, number 9, Stefan Stojanovic. Stojanovic must be from Serbia, right?
Yes, Serbia. My parents were born in Bosnia, actually, and then they came to the U.S.
But you were born in?
I was born in Chicago.
You're a Chicago kid. Stefan, you made quite an impression so far. You just joined this club at the start of the year. Give us some of your background in professional soccer.
Yeah, I mean, I played in Chicago for my whole career, and then I went to school in St. Louis University, 2 years.
Great soccer school.
Yeah, really good school. Ended up transferring to Georgetown for 1 season.
Oh, nice.
After Georgetown, signed with the Philadelphia Union second team, where I played 2 years. Last year was my last year with them, and then obviously here I am with FC Tulsa. I've really enjoyed it so far, so it's been good.
Pick 57th overall in the Super Draft pick. FC coach Mario Sanchez had this to say about you, Stefan. He says a lot about you here. He said, Stefan is a great addition to the team. He brings a physical presence to our front line, has a great instinct in front of the goal. Most importantly, though, he's a winner. Nice comments from the head coach.
Yeah, look, I've enjoyed Mario and the whole staff. Obviously, they're new to the team. But yeah, it's been great so far. All the guys as well have been incredible. The staff's been incredible. So, yeah.
What's your impressions of the pitch there out at One Oak Field, the baseball stadium?
It's something new for me. I haven't really played in a baseball stadium, converted to a soccer stadium. But when it gets packed, it gets full with our fans. It's great. The fans behind the goal are incredible. It's a great atmosphere. So obviously, if anyone else out there that hasn't been to a game, I would suggest you guys, come and watch us play.
It's a rowdy atmosphere. The fans had some fun, don't they?
For sure.
Let's talk about the last couple of matches with Pittsburgh. One in Pittsburgh. It was part of a series that I know the team decided the United States Cup there, right? The Lamar Hunt Cup.
The Open Cup, yeah.
Tell us about that series and what's next for FC Tulsa with that.
Yeah, obviously we went to Pittsburgh. Well, actually, even before Pittsburgh, we beat Northern Colorado at Tulsa University. We won 2-1, so that got us into the round of 32 where we played Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh. It was a cagey match, lots of chaos, small, narrow field, but Philip Goodrum obviously scored in the 88th minute, I think, so we won 1-0. And now we're all looking forward to the game against Sporting Kansas City, which is MLS side. So we'll be playing over there in Kansas City, and we're really excited for that match. So.
This past weekend, that Pittsburgh same team came to Tulsa.
Yeah.
We jumped on them pretty quickly, 2-0 in the first half. Talk about the scoring there.
Yeah, it was. We started well. I didn't think it was our best half of football that we've played, but we ended up in the lead 2-0, and just like the Birmingham game, we kind of fell apart in the second half late. We didn't close the game out well, and they ended up scoring 2 goals, which was really unfortunate. We need to find a way to close these games out and get 3 points. That's the biggest thing.
That first goal in the game this past weekend, Philip Goodrum got the goal it looked like, but I guess they called it finally an own goal, right?
Oh, yeah,
bounced off the goalkeeper's head.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
I just heard the results on that.
Yeah.
It looked like a good goal to me, but it bounced off the keeper's head.
Interesting.
They called it own goal, but Philip still gets credit for that.
Yeah.
Then, of course, we took a 2-0 lead. Going into halftime locker room, midfielder, help me name, Boubacar Diallo.
Yeah, perfect.
Scored off an assist. So then Goodrum in the 32nd minute. Goodrum has really been a real leader with this club, hasn't he?
Yeah, and Philip's been in the league for a bit. He's got a lot of experience. He's a winner. He's got a winning mentality. He's tenacious. He's really a great guy to have on the team. I've especially learned a lot from him, and I'm sure other guys take some stuff from him as well and learn.
So up 2-0 this past Saturday night. Fans are excited, doing well. All of a sudden,
They shut us out in the second half, shut us down. Back they came. They had goals in the 63rd and 85th minute to end up with a 2-2 tie.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, really unfortunate. We need to find ways to close out those games, especially when we're up 2-0 with 20 to 30 minutes left. But yeah, I think moving forward, this is something we need to focus on, is closing these games out, because at the end of the season, 3 points is going to be, we're going to need 3 points rather than these 1 point draws. So we just need to find a way to close these games out.
I know one thing, visiting with Coach Mario Sanchez and watching you guys in practice, watching you guys on the pitch, it's not a conditioning issue. He really conditions you guys. You're doing a lot of running. You're one team.
And yeah, we do a lot of running, but I think all the guys will say that we feel really fit towards the end of the game. 90 minutes. I think we're one of the fitter teams in the USL, and we can keep running. So I don't think that's the issue. I think there's some underlying things we need to work on, but we're going to get there for sure.
Well, next, Tampa Bay Rowdies. They're kind of one of the foundation soccer clubs professionally, and any scouting report on Tampa Bay? What do you expect from the Rowdies?
We haven't done anything. We'll do more as the week we start training again tomorrow. But obviously, we know they're a really good team. Nate Worth actually one of our players just went there, so we're all excited to see him again. But obviously, we want to win. We need 3 points, and if we can get 3 points, it'll be big. So that's the mentality: just win away from home, because we need 3 points right now.
Next home match is coming up on the 24th this month, a Friday night, 7:30 One Oak Field. That's against the Oakland Roots. And again, they'll be the first time I think they've been in Tulsa, isn't it? I'm not sure if they've played before.
I mean, probably previous seasons, but first time this year for sure.
And you know anything much about that club, or?
No, no, nothing. We haven't done. It's kind of looking a little bit ahead, but I'm sure once we get to that week, we'll talk more about them later on.
How's the quality of soccer in this league? How do you compare to some other leagues you played in?
Yeah, playing in the second league last year with Philly, I would say the USL is definitely, it's more experienced players, more physical. It's just, I think it's a more, it's been around for a lot longer. It's a really, really good league. I've enjoyed it so far. Just the atmospheres of going to different stadiums, playing in front of a lot of fans. It's been a pleasure, honestly, to play in this league, transitioning from the MLS Next Pro scene to now the USL Championship.
FC Tulsa forward Stefan Stojanovic here. And Stefan, what are some of the things you want to work on most? Where do you feel you need to improve most in your game?
Yeah, I think right now I've scored a few goals, but for me, I just want to keep scoring. I need to start scoring 2-3 goals in a game. I also think in some games I need to get more involved, building out. I think last game I didn't do enough to make myself available for my teammates. But the main thing, my job is to score goals, and if I can score 2-3 goals a game, if not more, that's the main thing I need to continue to work on.
Well, you've been at the very basic grassroots of soccer in this country. How have you seen the sport grow through the years?
Yeah, it's been actually really cool to see. I see so many kids now. It's parents are starting to put their kids in soccer first rather than other sports that have been popular in America. And you see our national team is growing. We got players playing in the top 5 leagues in Europe. So it for sure is growing. You look at the MLS now, the stadiums they're building, the fan bases they're getting. It's been really, really cool to see. And I've had the experience to go to a few MLS games in Cincinnati and Philadelphia, and I can say that those fan bases and atmospheres are top notch. So it's really cool to see that.
Now, have our international men's team caught up with the women's soccer team yet?
I do. I mean, I don't necessarily watch much, but I do. If it's a big game, the Women's World Cup, I'll definitely turn it on. But yeah. So.
It's interesting because they've made great progress in women's soccer, certainly
for sure.
This country. And the World Cup coming to the States in a couple of years, right?
Yeah, the World Cup for the men's is coming in 2026, so that should be big. I mean, it's just only going to grow the love for the game here even more. So.
Stefan Stojanovic, the FC Tulsa forward, watch him on the pitch there, number 19. And who are some of the other teammates the guys should keep an eye on that really playing well right now?
Honestly, I think everybody on our team has great talent, great work rate. I don't want to specify just one. I think in this sport it's about the collective. But obviously Philip Goodrum is a fan favorite. Yeah. He's been around for a while. He's done great things at Tulsa. But we also have other great guys. Blaine Ferry, Milo Yusuf, Bradley Bourgeois is big. New additions as well, like Arthur Rogers, our goalie, Michael Creek, Joey, our other goalie, Alexis Swahi as well. Yeah, I mean, I can go on and on. It's but
Our goalies have done a good job. We've always had really close games and a couple clean sheets this season too.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, both our goalies right now, they're both starter material. They're both competing against each other, and it's a healthy competition. They both want each other to do well. I mean, I'm really happy with the guys we have back in goal.
Stefan, get some more goals for us, buddy.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Stefan Stojanovic, forward for the FC Tulsa Soccer Club. Get out there and support them. Again, their next game coming up with Oakland Roots. That's the 24th of Friday night at the One Oak Field there. We're going to come right back with our Remington race report. Their quarter horse season just getting ready to wrap up in Oklahoma City. That's next.
The 2024 Remington Park Spring Quarter Horse season continues at Remington Park. The top horses in quarter horse racing are featured on Champions Night at Remington Park. Saturday, June 1st, is also the final night of the spring season with 7 Grade 1 stakes events led by the $1 Million Heritage Place Futurity. Thursday through Sunday, first race at 6 p.m. and Sundays at 4 p.m. Champions Night racing on June 1st will begin at 5 p.m. The best racing, simulcast racing, and jackpot casino action is all at Remington Park.
You've seen the billboards, you've heard the hype, and now it's time for the Wee Street Ice Center to open its doors and welcome you in. 140,000 square feet, 2 ice rinks, public skating, hockey, arcade, game simulators, and the largest sports bar and grill is sliding into Tulsa. It's the grand opening of the new Wee Street Ice Center, 43rd and Yale. Make your plans, get your skate on, or watch some sports today. The Wee Street Ice Center, now open and ready to serve you. Wee Street Ice Center, 43rd and Yale.
Our story, it lives in Tulsa, where the spirit of the past lives alongside us and urges us on toward a vibrant future. Because our story is still being written. It's the story of Tulsa, told by the journalists who live it and love it. Whether it's covering our rich history, bringing you the hidden gems of the food scene, or following the action in local sports. And here, in the Tulsa world, is where it comes to life.
It's time. Time to get back to the basics. Time to meet up with family and friends. Time to play ball. It's time to cheer on your Tulsa Drillers. It's Hornsby time. It's Tulsa time in the heart of the city. It's time to fire it up.
Remington Park featured trials races for the Heritage Place Stakes races this past week, May 9th and 10th, dominated by 12 trials each night, finding the qualifiers for the richest race in Oklahoma. 12 Heritage Place Futurity trials on both Thursday and Friday evening, May 9th and 10th. Fastest qualifier from Thursday came out of a middle race, race number 6. They're off. Good start. Hot Temptation away sharply. So outside was Miss Patricia trying to come on now. Interesting walk. And Will Barger. It's Hot Temptation on the lead by a pair to the inside. Favorite Sunset gets into it next and moves into second. Here's Hot Temptation trying to hold on. And Hot Temptation from the inside will get there. Hot Temptation wins her first career race, and she qualifies fastest on Thursday night, May 9th, for the $1 Million Heritage Place Futurity, owned by Reliance Ranches of Guthrie, Oklahoma. Cody Knoll trains. Mario Delgado had the winning ride on Hot Temptation. 2 trials later, after Hot Temptation, race number 8, trial number 8, produced 2 qualifiers for the $1 Million Heritage Place Futurity. They're off. Bobble by Marvelous M. Marvin breaking in, but breaking on top. That is Juicebox, but Fire Eagle right there to the inside, ready to challenge Juicebox. These two hooking up and trying to pull clear. Sweet and Hot down at the rail and fending on the outside, coming on. That's Marvelous M. Marvin. Fire Eagle by a head now. Fiery Eagle pulling the upset over Juicebox. A bit of an upset in race and trial number 8. Fiery Eagle stays undefeated, winning the trial and edging Juicebox, the Oklahoma Futurity winner. However, both of them put up solid times, good enough to make the June 1st Heritage Place Futurity. Here's a look at your top qualifiers from Thursday, May 9th. Hot Temptation, trained by Cody Knoll, 17.581 seconds, fastest qualifier. Then Fiery Eagle, the second fastest, trained by Jed Vane. at 17.613. A line in the sand from way back in trial number 4 on that Thursday night. Jason Olmstead trainer, 17.637 seconds. Then the Oklahoma Futurity winner Juice Box and Kiss My Maruska from race and trial 9, both out of the barn of trainer Juan Diaz. 5 more qualifiers emerged from 12 trials on Friday, May 10th. Heritage Place Futurity top qualifier that evening came out of race and trial number 11. They're off. Good start from the rail. Cowboy Trace right there, losing their rider, Edlands PYC. Kempton now coming on, trying to get past Cowboy Trace. Fairly Flying moving well to the outside. I'm your Huckleberry coming on as well as BVIB Quick. It's Kempton going forward, and Kempton on the lead now, running free. Kempton going to win this one by almost 2.5. James Flores to score for owner Mario Lozano Cantu of Mission, Texas, and trainer James Gonzalez III, his second win of the night. Kempton undefeated, won a trial for the Oklahoma Futurity back in early March but did not qualify for the final, supplemented to the Heritage Place Futurity trials, and succeeded with the top qualifying time for the Friday night edition. Kempton on top, James Gonzalez trainer, 17.5 seconds, the best time of the evening. House of Lords from race number 9, trained by Dee Keener, 17.564 seconds. Race 4 produced Carroll's Magic Wagon. John Steinbow, trainer, 17.568. From the very first trial, Rainbow of Diamonds won that trial and held on to be the 4th fastest qualifier with trainer Ed Hardy at 17.574. And then from race 3, I'm Mesmerized, trained by James Gonzalez, his second qualifier of the night, 17.577 seconds. I'm Mesmerized makes it in as the 5th fastest on Friday evening. So the field is set now for the June 1st $1 million Heritage Place Futurity. Remington Park racing this week looks like this on Thursday and Friday, May 16th and 17th. First race normal at 6 p.m. Then on Saturday, May 18th, it's Preakness Stakes Day, featuring the simulcast of the big card from Pimlico and Baltimore. That begins at 9:30 a.m. Remington Park Live starts at noon with the Preakness Stakes, the second jewel of Thoroughbred Racing's Triple Crown, at 6 p.m. Racing on Sunday at the normal time, May 19th at 4 p.m. Circle the calendar for the final night of racing this season at Remington Park. Champions Night on Saturday, June 1st. The program loaded with stakes events and total purses well above the $2 million mark, led by that Heritage Place Futurity, a $1 million race. In Oklahoma City, at Remington Park, I'm Dale Day. Now back to Sports Scene.
Next week, you'll want to join us on Oklahoma Sports Scene as Randy Moss of NBC Sports joins us again to preview the Preakness Stakes, the 149th running of the second jewel of racing's Triple Crown, the old Pimlico Racecourse in Baltimore, Maryland. Randy Moss gives you the Preakness preview and give you hopefully some winners too. And also next week, a very special guest, Don Tomkowski. For 40 years, he has been what we know as the Sports Information Director at the University of Tulsa. He's been through lots of coaches, lots of athletic directors. He has lots of stories. You'll enjoy that next week right here on Oklahoma Sports Scene. Don Tomkowski here on the set to kind of look over his 40 years at TU. And also, we're going to have Emmett Hahn on to give us a preview of the Indianapolis 500. Emmett has been in several of the 500s. In fact, had a chance to compete on one of them, he told me. So that ought to be a great guest as well. So again, Randy Moss, the Preakness Stakes, Emmett Hahn talking about the Indy 500, and then Don Tomkowski with all things TU. Great memories of 40 years with the Golden Hurricane. Until then, remind you to be a good sport.